Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today we have a what's up, what's been happening in my craft room video. So on Tuesday I showed making this very simple, easy pocket. And they are very simple, easy. Well, I made 12 of them, and I ended up decorating them. Now, I only started this 2 days ago, so it was quick and easy. A lot of them I used stuff I already had made, like these clusters. This one I put a wax seal on the top. And I was worried about using hot glue on the wax seal, thinking, well, it's going to melt. Mine, I think, is a low temperature one, even though it's still really hot and will burn your fingers. But yeah, it didn't melt the wax seal, so that turned out perfect. So a lot of the things I added on, I already had done. Here's a little lace cluster I had prepped with one of the little goodies I got at the scrapbook retreat at the beginning of March. And another one just with a wax seal, kind of putting them in different places, different size. Here was a scrap piece of fancy lace with one of those little things that I got at the retreat. And then here is one of the beaded centers like Kim was making that I made, that I'd put onto a flower, or just added that in the center. Just a plain metal butterfly. And this one I put a big piece of scrap lace behind it. So they turned out really, really nice. I can still sew around them. I can still add a little bit more if I want, but for the most part, they are done. Here's a butterfly on just a little lace trim cluster. This one here I quite liked. I had this metal leaf, and I just thought that looked really, really nice under there. I think that's my favorite one. That gold of the leaf just kind of sparkles and shines through. And then here, this is one of the clusters I made with the little beaded bling thing that I recently did a video on. So those turned out really, really cute, I think, overall. So they're ready. I've also been working on these cards. I didn't do any video, but this was a digital that I added into my coffee. It was one of the exclusive digitals for the membership. And they're kind of in sets of 4. But all that I did, I had some scraps of flowered lace. So I cut out the leaves and the flowers, used them as toppers. I hand stitched around. Then I added this iridescent woven type stuff. I have a little bit left over. Now I grabbed this stuff at the thrift store, and I grabbed a lot of it. So I've been wanting to use it up. And it's kind of plastic. It's like a plastic, but I don't know how well you can see it. You can't glue it down. It doesn't glue down very well at all. So what I did was I used these and I just clipped it on, held that in place, and then I just started stitching. When I got to that, I took it off, and I had 3 down the side. That's how I held it on. But it just gives it that little bit of sparkle, but yet you can't really see it. And then the back is just paper with one piece of some kind of just torn paper. A lot of the backs were from greeting cards, so you could still see the words even though it was sandwiched between the 2 layers. But I didn't like that, so that's why I started putting those down. So they are kind of in sets of 4 because there was 4 to a sheet. These ones are like a green color, and the same thing, they got one piece in the back. But they turned out really, really good. I really like them. I could still embellish a little bit more, but for the most part, they are done. And then this is where I added the flower on the top. So there's kind of 4 in that color theme, and then there's 4 more in an orange colored theme. So those turned out really good. That was my sewing project for the last week. Then we've got some freebies and some digital kit. Here's some tags. This was a freebie for everybody in the coffee shop. So please head over there. This has already been out. A lot of people have already gotten it. And then there's these tags too. And then a bunch for the members. We've got, I think, 10 sheets for the members. Quite a few of these rose tags in kind of different theme, different shades, etc. Then we've got that one. We've got some like fancy shaped ones. And some kind of ticket style. A couple blank ones so you could decorate them up yourself. We've got some bookmarks. These are kind of cool. And I think they would go in so many journals. You could even like color them in a bit if you wanted. And then some postcard type things. And these are kind of samples. This was done digitally, but a person could color in these bookmarks using the same idea of just putting some watercolor in them, and you don't have to like color them in all the way, and you certainly don't have to color them in perfectly. We've got some lilac ladies. I made these when I was trying to make a cover for some of the lilac journals I made. And these were just kind of extras, so I thought, well, I may as well pass them on to the members. We've got some beautiful butterflies, nice, bright, vibrant colors on them. And then some old style purple flowers. And just that space in the middle, I decided I'm just going to throw something in there that you can cut out and use for something. Hate wasting paper. Then I got a new digital kit called Easter Lilies. And of course, this is all Easter lilies. We've got some journaling cards. Beautiful shades of colors. Then we have, and this is all one kit. We got some tickets, some tabs, and a variety of different Easter lilies. You could certainly use these for any time of the year. We've got some squares. I'm loving these squares. Ever since I made the hidden paper clips using the William Morris tiles, just love the squares. And if you don't want them this big, print 2 on a page or resize them a little bit with your printer, if your printer does that, and make them a bit smaller. We have 3 really big tags. I know a lot of people love big tags, so there is a set of 3 of those. And we've got some smaller tags. And then we've got some cutouts. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, I'm no good at fussy cutting or I can't do it. And that's understandable. But most of these, there's enough space that you could cut them just square. I usually just rough cut. So I'll just, you know, go around. I won't cut right next to it. And then I'll ink it. And then we've got some big single Easter lilies. And then just a page of 12 little cards. These would also be great printed 2 to a page, like 2 pages per sheet. And then they would be like half the size, which would be really awesome for like a ticket or something like that. So I believe those have 8 pages for that. So there is that. And I just finished this one the other day, so I'm just getting ready to list it. So it will be listed by the time you see this video. The other thing I've been doing is I've been sorting and cleaning and whatnot. So I'm going to try and show you some of the things I've been sorting. Now I got this container at the scrapbook retreat, and in here I've put all my flowers. The top 2 levels are mostly flowers that I've made or they're bought. You can kind of see. And on the bottom I've got some my crochet things, some of my fabric clusters that have beads on them, bows. And then over here are a bunch of the cloth clusters that I've been making, and just some little banner things, a variety of things. Put a lot of stuff into this, so when I go to Michael's, I'm actually going to look for a couple more of these because they do hold a lot of stuff. And one of the other things I've sorted is all my trims and eyelash trims, different wool trims, different weird trims that I've got. So I've got all the colors that I have in here. A lot of these I have more of, but there's like 5 yards roughly on one of these little things. And I just cut this out of probably, I think it's about 110-pound paper, but it works good. And I like being able to just pull this out and look and say, ah, yeah, this here, that there, I like, whatever. So just a wide variety of trims in there. Do that up so I don't drop it. I got this little container. Now this holds all my really small ribbons, which I've put around the bobbins that I had for embroidery floss. I had a bunch of extras, so I just put my really thin ribbons on there. I've got some really slim trims, and then just a few things that these are kind of big to put onto cards and stuff, so I've just added those in there because I had the space. I've been very busy sorting. And this here, whoops, we got stuff falling. I'm going to have to open this up before I slide it under. This has a bunch of my big lace and ribbons in. Now I have lots of lace and ribbons. Too much for one person, but I'm a sucker for lace and ribbons. And lace. So some of this lace does not wrap around something very well. So these are the ones that kind of don't. I've got lots of this stuff here, which I believe is an older lace. And just lace that I've gotten. A few odds and ends of weird things back here. I had it all hanging up, and I did like that. But somebody mentioned about it getting dusty, and at the time it wasn't, but after time went on, it did get a bit dusty. So I had a piece of fabric over top of it, and it was the fabric that was getting dusty. So I decided, you know what, let's just get it all into here. Now this is ribbons and weird lace, rickrack, a few other odds and ends of things. I've got a bunch of that leaf trim. But I made big, long chipboard cards. And so all these go the length. So I've got lots to add. And it's easy to get to. So I got rickracks, lots of ribbons and lace. We've got some weird half-back pearl stuff there. But I can just, if I want ribbon, I can pull this out and I see all the ribbons that I have. And I had all these containers laying around with other stuff in them. and whatnot. Now we get into some heavy duty laces. So this is like wider laces. This back here is stuff that I dyed myself, but just mostly wider ribbons, not ribbons, lace. Like this stuff here is actually really old and it's very beautiful. So I've got it on here. And again, I made the boards out of just chipboard and cardboard that I had. And the same thing here, I can look, okay, I'm looking for a wider lace. I can look, I've got a bunch of like not eyelash trim, eyelet lace back here. So it just gives me a really easy look at what I've got. And this is one of those photo things that these cases go into. Like you get like 12 or so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 of these fit into one of these. But I keep a lot of these in my rolly cart, which is so handy. So I had a bunch of these empty laying around, so I thought let's use them for the lace. And yeah, they work really good. So let's close up this one and set it off to the side. As I say, I've been really busy organizing and doing this. I do enjoy actually organizing, so as scary as that is. Now this is my weird lace, like the flowers and kind of more the shaped laces and some of that rose trim, and this here thicker, I don't know, there's a special name for this, but it's quite thick, but it goes great on bindings of books and whatnot. Same with this. And then we've got some sparkly laces, lots of different types of lace, some tatting and whatnot, and some of it's old, like this is old, this is old, this is old. This one here is old, I recently got at the thrift store. Some of it's new, and just a variety, and I love it all. I just love it. So let's, and the same thing, I just cut the cardboard cards out of that thicker cardboard, or even some of it was actually came in some pictures that I purchased at the Lions Club, like a cardboard thing, but it's nice and sturdy. It seems sturdier than a cardboard box. So I've got some extras here. Now this is my thinner lace and my colored like seam binding type lace. You can see like all these are like the same size, the same width. They usually come in those little packages, so much a piece, and I'm always on the lookout for those. So I've got some really nice colors, and some of it's just a little bit wider lace that I've got, but kind of tried to keep it colored theme, like kept the purple together, the pinks, the greens, the blues, etc. Didn't always work out, but close. And then these are like all the thinner laces that I have. But I like how it turned out. And same thing here, I'm looking for a thinner straight lace. I can just even bring my project and say, okay, what lace is going to go good with this? So I can kind of just hold my project over and, oh, you know, I like this one, I like that one. So it makes it quite easy. Or I just look and say, oh, you know, I want something blue. You know, I can pull out this one, etc. So that's what I've been busy doing. I do like to keep my stuff as organized as I can, because when it's organized, it's easier to find, which I like. Let's just open that back up to have something pretty to look at. So that's what's been happening in my craft room. What's been happening in yours? I think with all this lace, I might have went overboard in organizing it, but it's organized now. I just have to keep up with it. And this is all that I have. So I've got like, what, 1, 2, 3 of these full. I've got 2 of the little bit of smaller ones. And then my eyelash trim. I do still have some ruffled lace hanging up. But I have 4 boxes of lace that maybe it's stuff that I don't quite like, or I don't know why it's in the boxes, actually, to be honest. But I wanted to sell some, and the stuff in the boxes was stuff I was going to sell. I might add more to these. Like this one here, I can still add a few more little goodies in there. A few more cards. But for the most part, they're all full. And how much lace does one person need? Like, really? Not as much as I have. I'm never going to use up all the lace that I have. But I love it, and I need to start using it more. If you have any ideas on how to use up lace, other than like the little clusters and stuff. I mean, I still got like this here full. It hasn't really gone down any of just all the weird stuff. There's a bunch more of that holographic type lace. But I've been using this up slowly in clusters and whatnot. But it takes a long time to use up lace for clusters. So if you have any ideas on what to do with some lace, let me know. I would love to know. And yeah, hopefully you like this What's Up video. I'm happy to get all this done. I really, really am. Hope you like the new digitals. Hope you'll check out the coffee and maybe even become a member. I'm going to start getting more of my digitals over there. I eventually want to get all of my digital stuff on coffee. And as well as making new stuff for the coffee members. It's only $3 a month for exclusive digitals. I think I'm up to 130 now. Yeah, I think up to 130 digitals just for the members. So pop on over there. Yeah, love it. Love being organized. And check out the links, and happy crafting. And we'll see you soon. Bye.